The baseball bombs edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is giving away $15 million in Best Ball Mania 5. Sign up with bombs to claim your first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm has the best AI picks and projections, and their college football product is about to drop. That was aggressive. Claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And with that, we start the show from the greatest position in the world. Oh, boy, there it goes. Now we might as well just do it. Here we go. Yes, welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy, the Bet Detective, Narcovelli, the man in the box. Also known as CJ Sullivan. How we doing here? C-Generates, welcome. Monday, July 22nd. That was a long, it seemed like, was that a long or a short weekend? I can't tell. It was a good one. Should I put the hat on? It is a baseball bomb edition show. I found this old, let me toss it in there. Yeah, look at that. The Power Moves Golf Podcast. Dives, dogies, and bogeys. That's Mike Burns, old boner, dad boner, if you know Dad Boner. Good guy. He's out there in Michigan nowadays. I'm promoting his podcast on my podcast. That's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy to see, the man in the box is. He knows there's only one main show, the man in the box, obviously. So he wants to help out the other shows that might have been around even longer and have a bigger audience, but I know it's still not as good as mine. So go ahead and give Power Moves a shout out there to Mikey Burns. Anyway, welcome to the show today, Degenerates. It's a baseball bomb show. This is what's been cooking. We've been waiting. This is, there's no avoiding it. That's what I was thinking. I was like, should I hop into the NFL team previews and division previews? And, the Hall of Fame game is like a week away or something like that. I think it's next Thursday. So like 10 days away, which is pretty insane. But I said, no, you got to do it. You got to jump in there. You got to get in some. And there's some baseball bombs that I like today and tomorrow. After the All-Star break, I'm not afraid of baseball. Absolutely. Welcome to the comments. Steve Elridge says the man in the box is overdue for a Power Moves appearance. You're right. The problem with Steve with the Power Moves, and I love Power Moves, and I've been on the show many times. You're working on Burns' schedule, Mikey Burns. He doesn't know when he's doing the fucking show. He doesn't know what's going on in his life out there in Michigan and out down there in Saginaw, wherever the hell he's at there, Grand Rapids. He's got that suitcase with him and a mic attached to it, and he's in the couch. You're on the phone with him. Next thing you know, you're like, okay, when are we doing this podcast? He's like, we've been doing it. I've been recording. What? He's one of those guys. All right, this might come out tomorrow or 7 years from now. I don't know. Depends on where my life's at. All right. So I agree. I am overdue for a Power Moves appearance. I like doing Power Moves. I love anything to do with the old dad boner, Mikey Burns. I'll be on there soon. But I'm certainly not going to push to get on it. He'll come to me. I don't push for podcasts ever. Even when I'm told I have to by management or whatever, to promote things. I'm not good at promoting anyway, but I certainly am don't like to push for podcasts to promote on. It just seems icky. They'll come to me. You know what I mean? That being said, if someone wants to push to get in the box, I'm all for it because I'm also not good at reaching out and guests, although I should be. I should reach out and guests, especially on these slow times of, of the sports were the dog days of summer, as they say, before football starts, and you only got baseball. Now we're going to be looking into Olympic sports coming up, what to get into there, and all of a sudden I'm going to be a swimming expert, which I love. Every 4 years we care about politics and swimming and gymnastics and presidents. We'll get into that, the news of the president and who's dropping out. The gambling world knew Biden was out. I told you on Thursday, degenerates. Did I? No, I didn't tell you. I did a Wednesday show. Never mind. I didn't. I did a Wednesday British Open show. I'll get to the British Open in a second. But you know what? First, let me make sure to tell you to check out this week's featured podcast, which is the MLB Gambling Podcast. If you all need picks, all you need picks to crush the MLB season, plus college football experience is knee-deep in 134 team previews. I'm involved in that. That's why I got this Iowa State shirt on, the Cyclones. I'll be doing the Iowa State Cyclone team preview with Pick Dundee after the show, part of the C block. Will be exciting. Got a lot of near and dear to my heart, the Iowa State Cyclones. So subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and the SGPN app. All right, we're back here. What was I going to say about that? Yeah, I got some good baseball bombs. We'll get into baseball. You got to do it sooner or later. And I like some of the plays. What the hell was I talking about before that? Something, right? No, the British Open. Let's get into that. Let's just recap the British Open before we get into the promotions and whatnot. Xander Schauffele won 16-1, I believe he was. He was one of the top favorites. We did not have Xander. In retrospect, we probably should have had a little piece of Xander. Although I didn't take any of the favorites. I'll say that. So it's not like I had Scheffler or Rory or those guys, So I can't be too mad about not having Xander because I went for some bigger ones. But they all bombed. Speaking of bottom line bombs, no one did good. My British Open was not good. I apologize, C-Gens. We hit some. We hit that first bet of the night, the Alex Noren 3-ball. That was fun. We hit Alex Noren. We hit the hole-in-one prop on a 235-yard by Soo Yoon Kim or Ben Yoon Kim, and not Soo Yoon Kim, that was the reliever. Boon Yoon Kim. Hit a 235-yard par 3 hole-in-one. That was pretty amazing. So we hit the yes on that. We had a couple good matchups. We faded DeChambeau, which was great. Mauricio, that was a walk away. But everyone else, no one made the cut. Good Lord. All my picks I gave out, I apologize. We did not hit the board on any of them. Like, not even the top 20s. Who did we have? We had Tony Finau. He bombed out. He was cut. Louis O cut. Rhythm loved him, but I'll leave that be. Aaron Rye came in 75th. Cam Young at least came in 31st. He was close to that top 20. Here's the thing with the British Open. It's got such insane conditions. The weather's so bad. Like, it was Scotland, it was raining. It was just weather. And Anthony Marte has a good call. The difference in weather for certain waves were ridiculous. You either had a lucky matchup where you're some clown shooting at 8 under, or then you're everyone else getting destroyed. And that was all my guys. Who's the guy who walked off the course? He was great. He hit one in the bushes, chopped it out, and then he literally gets mouth like, goes, fuck it, I'm out of here. Fuck it. Fuck this. How many times do you want to do that on a course? I'm not playing this bullshit. He was only like 3 over, too, at the time. But he knew it was coming. His caddy was like, hey, okay, you're okay, boss, if that's what you want to do. I could actually use a paycheck if you want to try to make the cut. That'd be great for me, since I'm at an Airbnb with 6 other caddies, fucking nuts to butts. I'm smelling feet over there, for crying out loud. But no, I get it. You're not feeling today, boss. I get it. Yeah, let's walk off the course. Great. Some great photos. JC from KC says, welcome. Glad to make a live show. We're glad to see you here, too. KC. Had some KC talks. I'll get to that in my Man in the Box segment. I went to a party over the weekend. I haven't done that in years. Middle-aged man at a party. It was rough going. Out there in the wild, out in the social wild. I had a social weekend, to be honest with you. I had a show as well. But then people from out of town and parties. Well, I'll get to that in the Man in the Box segment. Just we'll move on. Well, let's talk a little more British Open, then I'll get to that. Where were we? Yeah, so Xander won. Tiger. Oh man, we almost hit my underdog play because we faded McIntyre off the hangover. That was right. And then, but I keep falling for this Tiger. I used to always play Phil versus Tiger, and I'm like, I'm gonna go Tiger this time because I was listening to the bullshit. It's a flat course. He can walk it. He's looking good. I love the way he snapped back at Montgomery. Colin Montgomery told him he should retire. Tiger Woods is like, yeah, all right, okay. I could listen to you, Monty, or I could listen to someone else when it comes to golf. Me, Tiger Woods, the most accomplished golfer of our lifetime. So you go back to being a teapot, bloated fucking Scots or Brit, whatever you are, Monty, and I'll go back to being Tiger Woods, the guy who changed the sport of golf. But it turns out Monty had a point, didn't he? Because Tiger, he was 1 under after 3, and we were looking good, and then he was not. Anyway, tell you what coverage I like. I do like the British Open in the weird hours, especially out west, because it starts middle of the night and then it goes all night, and then it's wrapped up by noon, just like a regular golf round. I wasn't doing a dance with the peacock and all that, but I got a hold of that Sky Sports Network coverage. Those are the best. First of all, the Open, the British Open, whatever, it needs to be told in an accent. I don't want Mike Tirico giving me goddamn Shane Lowry analysis. I want that with an accent, like, oh no, not in the Sawgrass. You know what I mean? That's how you get the Open. But it was kind of a good Open. It went out of nowhere, but yeah, it's definitely, you're definitely at the mercy of the weather and what you get in Scotland. I mean, they're wearing sweaters in July. What is going on in Scotland? I don't want to shame people for where they live, but holy Lord. It looked miserable there. It's the middle of July. When is it nice? If that's your summer, that's your peak summer, Scotland, what the hell is going on out there? And it makes for a fun aesthetic-wise TV for the golf tournament. All right. Anyway, so that's it. So we did not do too well. We hit some props. We hit some 3 balls, some round matchups. I was never once on Xander. The odds got too small. We all had Lowry first round leader. That was a bad beat when old Danny Brown came in there, the rapper Danny Brown. Other than that, still enjoyable though. And I like how now the narrative is like, well, we anointed Scotty Scheffler too soon. Maybe Xander's the best golfer in the world because he won 2 majors and he was top 10 in the other 2. He's great. He's good. No, but he's not as good as Scotty Scheffler. Calm down. But everybody else fucking missed the cut, it seemed like. No need to curse there. All right. Nothing much else over the weekend before we get into the baseball. Let me do an ad read. There was a WNBA All-Star game. I did not see the WNBA All-Star game. Everyone says it was good. At least they tell you it's good. They played defense. It looked exciting. The format's great. WNBA versus the Olympic snubs versus the Olympic team. Of course, the snubs are going to win. I probably should have gave that out. Why wouldn't they? Fucking a scorned woman, a woman with revenge on her mind. That's the best handicapping angle in the world. Are you kidding me? My God. What a lock that was. Ladies, scorned ladies. First, the fat and sassy, the divas who think they've already got it all set and made because they're in the Olympics. What a lock city. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese together. Oh, finally, there's peace and harmony. They hate each other. Just come out with it. Stop trying to put them together as friends. Stop trying to they're going to make a Magic and Bird commercial in the cornfields of Iowa, which I have, by the way, in my thumbnail who are watching live on YouTube. But I didn't watch it. I'm sure it was good. They played defense, which is fun and exciting. They did show you what all-star games should be. It is an embarrassment to the NBA when you see that. You see how these ladies care, LeBron. But like I said, WNBA and WNBA is like, I can't believe we have a month off. We need a break for the WNBA, a nice month off. for the Olympics. It's been too much. Things were getting too heated. We need an Andy Cohen midseason. The WNBA game should have Bravo do their post-game wrap-up, actually. With all the drama. There's a two that are fucking engaged on a UConn team, you know. And they should have a What Happens Live, a little gossip live, lady WNBA with the storm and the fever. Serial, welcome to the chat room. CJ Dino has left for the summer. That's right. Hey, we hit her Spain, baby. CJ Dino is gone for the summer. But now it's baseball. Now it's now we need a baseball name, right? That's got to be pretty easy. Willie Mays to say, hey, well, I'll let you, you know what? I like to let the C Generous come up with a nickname. I'll have a contest. Best nickname, baseball nickname for the man in the box. The man in the batter box here. As I put a little man in the box helmet, you could tell. Siege Gonzalez is pretty solid, Serial. That's actually pretty good. All right, let me get to a quick ad read here. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy, and we'll come back and we'll talk some baseball. You guys think of some good nicknames. Underdog Fantasy has just launched their college football best ball product. That sounds fun. First place wins $20K. Wow, I need that. Plus, the higher lower pick 'em. Pick 8 allows you an opportunity to win 325 times your entry. Best Ball Mania is live with $15 million in prizes. You can now use special boosts in all flex entries. This is exciting. So sign up. Use my promo code BOMBS to claim your special pick and first-time deposit. I'll offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. Oh boy, we back with game time too. Hold on, let me pull out my game time. I never read through the ad reads before I read the show. I just go right at it. So here's game time. It's a surprise to me. It's much a surprise to you, C-Generates. We want to get a ticket. You want to get a ticket? Like I'm getting a ticket for the Dodgers-Phillies game coming up. I wanted to get one for the Red Sox-Dodgers this weekend, and it was easy to do. I just pulled up Game Time. I had some people in from Boston. They wanted to go. Thank God I talked them out of it because of parking. But I did have an easy time getting tickets for them to shop if they wanted it. I just talked them out of wanting it. But you go through the Game Time app. You got favorite features. Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy to find and buy MLB tickets for every kind of event in your area. Views from all the seats. It shows you exactly where it is. So you're not behind a pole like an old Wrigley or old Fenway. Instead, Fenway, they put you behind a pole. Dodger Stadium, they put you behind a Mexican. Just a little ethnic humor there. Anyway, prioritize your last minute deal. Save up to 60% off buying. I'm sure Game Time's going to love that little ad lib. I'm going to be told not to make these reads my own. Sometimes they're like, hey, make the read your own. And then I do. And they're like, yeah, don't do that anymore. Do the script. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code SGPN. $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account. Redeem the code SGPN. Lowest price guaranteed. All right, we're back. Oh my goodness gracious. That was that got away from me, that ad read. Just to recap, it's a funny joke though. In Boston, you get a seat behind a pole. In LA, you get a seat behind a Mexican. Just in case the cancel people need to put a tight clip together, I just made it for you. Anyway, speaking of baseball and the Dodgers and what happened this weekend. I do got 3 bombs. I got a couple bombs for today and tonight's baseball game. Let's hop right on into it as the comments keep rolling around. Degener is a great name there, Serial. He also says man in box, not bad. Manny box, man, that's a little too much. We gotta move it around. Degener, I like that. The bottom line bomber, says Rod Pasco. That's not too bad. Like the Bambino, the Bombino. How about that? How about the Bombino? That's something right there. Let's put that in the clubhouse. The Bombino. We might have it right there. Right there. The C-Generates, you're still allowed to put them in the chat. Put whatever you want. The polls are still open. I know. I mean, like Kamala, she's not locked in just yet. Although it's looking that way. It's not official. Still got a chance. Obama hasn't said a word yet on if it's Bombino or not, or DeGener, or Bottom Line Bomber, or Siege Gonzalez. We got to wait till Obama jumps in. Anyway, all right, let's get into some of these baseball bombs. I have 3 for today that I like a lot. Let me talk about those Red Sox Dodgers. Dodgers just swept the Red Sox. Amazing. Great series in here. And I had some people come, Boston fans. They were making fun of Dodger. What a collection of fans roaming around the city of Red Sox fans and Dodger fans. Dear Lord. Oh, my God. They were obnoxious. They wanted tickets, and I showed them. I'm like, you're not going to want to see the price of these tickets. I thought the price of Dodger tickets would scare them off. No, not the Red Sox fans. They're like, that's cheap. What kind of two-butt town is this? Because Red Sox, they fucking gouge you there. But one of my favorite angles is to fade the Sunday night road team. Whoever has to travel off of Sunday night and a loser. And that was the Red Sox. Now, they did get swept. And they have to travel to Colorado after playing last night. So they're going to want to bounce back. They were playing good. This series was a step back for them. That's why I like Colorado. At least maybe the first 5. Tanner Houck, who's going for Boston, who was the all-star pitcher, who got lit up in the all-star game, by the way. Going against Gomber for Colorado. With names like Tanner, you always want to make fun of a Tanner or something like that. I golfed with a guy named Tanner the other day. I'm like, of course you're fucking Tanner. I don't know what it is with names like that. They have no control over it. I feel bad because they have no control over being named Chad or Tanner or some shit like that. But it upsets you immediately. Like, fucking Tanner, of course. What a Tanner you are. What a guy. What a classic Tanner. It's like when you pat, someone doesn't cut you off, but does some stupid move, is driving slow, and you pass by him, you look at him, you go, oh, of course, no matter what they are. Of course. Tanner. Oh, of course, Tanner. Of course your name is Tanner. Anyway. We're going to fade Tanner. We're going to go with Gomber. We're going to go with these Rockies. Because who could possibly travel off a Sunday night game and into it? And those Red Sox fans, they'll be deep in Colorado too. I'm just glad they're getting the hell out of here. Oh my God, they're at LAX. My one friend wanted me to drop them off. Listen, are you out of your fucking mind? And I like these people, but I said that today. My reference to the Meatloaf song. I know exactly the Meatloaf song of I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. I know exactly what he wouldn't do, and that is drop someone or pick someone up at LAX. Especially if they're Red Sox fans. That will not do that. But I will take the Colorado Rockies. Plus 144 tonight is my first MLB bomb of the regular season. Lord Topper. Lad Topper. Sorry, Lad Topper. That's pretty good cereal. I got like the first MLB regular season bomb being a plus 145 dog or Rockies fading those Red Sox. And the other half, we're going to go with these Dodgers. Now we have the Dodgers. Just had a big series versus the Red Sox that they swept. They've it looks like they've turned the page a little bit. I think after the All-Star break, they realized, all right, let's get this thing in gear. Now they got San Francisco coming in, the rival where they, they'll stab you with a broken ashtray or something. There's always some kind of stabbing going on with the Dodgers and Giants get to town. Yeah, Blake Snell, who did pitch well his last game, but other than that, he's been awful. Blake Snell's been horrible. And he's going up against River Ryan tonight. How can you not like a kid named River in Los Angeles? The last time a phenom named River, he's making his major league debut tonight, River Ryan. Hot phenom. Like basically the third best prospect and whatever. I mean, he's averages like 98.5 miles an hour, 24 innings, 32 strikeouts, 2.2 ERA or something in all kinds of levels of baseball. Making his debut versus Snell. But the last time a phenom named River in L.A. was in the Viper room, well, we know what happened there. The point is, we're going to redeem that. River Ryan. There's no River Phoenix. You imagine all the fucking shitty art movies we got robbed of because of River Phoenix dying in the Viper room. Anyway, that's no need to bring that back up. I remember, oddly, when River Phoenix died, my Latin teacher, Miss McGowan Williams, who was a horrible person, she was like, yeah, River Phoenix died of drugs. It was before the drugs came out. And I would defended him. I didn't even know defend him. Of course, I knew River Phoenix died of drugs. I mean, obviously. No one just dies randomly in a Viper room at age like 25 or whatever the hell he was. But I defended him and acted like a lawyer. You don't know that yet. The autopsy's not coming out yet. Just because I hated my teacher so much. Anyway, I was a great student. And then I shamed her into saying that's not official. And of course, it became official. Then I didn't know what she was talking about. Like, what? That was fucking 6 weeks ago. I don't remember that. That case is gone now. I was right at the time that you didn't know it was drugs. Of course, it was drugs, but you didn't know. Anyway, that being said, we're going to take these Dodgers at a very short price at home, who I think have now stepped it up a notch. And I'm not afraid of taking this kid in his debut. River Ryan versus the very, very questionable Blake Snell. Bommenheimer! I'm seeing a price -123 on the Dodgers there. So it's a short price at home. -123 Dodgers at home versus San Fran. Colorado +144 at home versus the Red Sox coming off a Sunday night travel. See, the Dodgers don't have to travel. That's my handicapping there. But my main baseball play for tonight is we got Phillies in Minnesota. Phillies going to Minnesota. Phillies was just in Pittsburgh where they lost 2 out of 3. They blew the first game. They just lost second game 4-1. They finally won yesterday 6-0. But they traveled to Minnesota, who has nothing but interleague series. I mean, Minnesota's just a weird team. It's Ranger Suarez versus Bailey Ober. Ranger Suarez limped into the All-Star break. Line is -108, so it's basically a flip 'em. A flip 'em? That's not what I meant to say. A pick 'em. I like the Phillies here. First of all, the Phillies are a better team. They're the best team in baseball. They lost 2 out of 3. They know they won 6-0, but they got their lineup back. JT Romero's back. Bryce Harper came back before the break. Schwarber's back. Bailey Ober's he's been kind of lucky, and he's got a bad ERA. His ERA is like over 4. I don't get too into the advanced numbers. But if you look at his matchups, it's like White Sox and fucking Seattle and just bad offenses. He hasn't faced an offense like this. Ranger Suarez has been limping, but some say he just got a little tired because he has pitched more innings than he's normal. He's usually because he started off as a stretch bullpen guy, and he's like a 4 or 5 inning spot starter, and now he's basically an ace. So maybe the rest will help him out here. And either way, I think the Phillies will just outslug Minnesota. I got weird fans there in Minnesota. I went to a Twins game last year, and beer line, nothing. Brat line, barely anything. The line for Dippin' Dots, I mean, it went around 5 different sections. I just don't know what the hell is going on in Minnesota. They're nice. They're polite. But you think they're fucking with you. They're ice fishing white, if you will, I like to say. They call it Minnesota nice, where they're passive aggressive, and they all love Dippin' Dots. Like, what the hell? Dippin' Dots is gross to begin with. And I swear this line went around the entire stadium for it. But Phillies coming to town, they need to get some wins here. And like I said, their bats are hot. Serial wants a baseball ladder. I'll check out a baseball ladder. I'm gonna take out some props for that. I would normally say Trey Turner because he is hot as can be. But how about this Nick Castellanos? That's the story in baseball. That hilarious bit. I can give you a mini ladder here. Trey Turner's 3-1 to hit 1 and 19-1 to hit 2. I mean, as locked in as he is, if you want to go with that, that's what I would go with. Trey Turner versus Bailey Ober. 2 home runs, a ladder, 19-1. Castellanos, if you want to do it that way, is 4-1, 24-1. But for Castellanos to hit, a tragedy has to happen. That's the fun thing about Castellanos. Speaking of which, Brennahan, the announcer, is back, right? So if you don't know the story, it's a fun bit story. Of course, when with Tom Brennahan, who is returning back to sports, back to baseball. What is he coming back to? He's coming back to college football. That's what he is. But he was off the air for 4 years. He's coming back on the CW. Tom Brennahan was a great baseball player, son of Marty Brennahan, right? Was that his dad? I forget. Great Reds announcer. Yeah, Marty Brennahan was his dad. And Tom Brennahan lost his job because he got caught with a hot mic. And it was not just a hot mic. It was like a Brockmeyer kind of a thing, kind of like San Francisco, one of the, and he like an old 80s gay joke. One of the capitals of the world, if you know what I mean. And he said like the F word, if you will, for gays. But on a hot mic, but he does it in a broadcast voice. And he didn't know he got caught, so he's broadcasting. Then he just literally got handed a notice like, yeah, everyone just heard you say the F word. You're gonna be fired. But they didn't say that. So he starts making this apology. And then as he's apologizing, the game's happening, and Castellanos hits a home run. He's like, I want to apologize to the gay community. I don't know what's going to happen. I might be fired. And there's a long fly ball, home run, Castellanos. And ever since then, that became a meme and a viral moment. It was pretty funny. I mean, I think the show Brockmeyer is based on that, really. The calling the home run as you're apologizing for saying some ridiculous asshole comment. Which is great. But since then, Castellanos, it's been a running joke that while something is happening, a significant life event, Castellanos will hit a home run. So if something happens on a day, run up that Castellanos ladder. Now, the question is, the line gets dicey on what the events are that they consider a tragedy, So it started with the homophobic slur. Then they start getting injuries. And then a career-threatening injury for Fernando Tatis. He hit a home run when that happened. The eulogy for the World War II veteran, that was pretty good. I do remember that. They were announcing his World War II veteran in the air, and then he hits a home run. There was a 9/11 tribute video package on the air. But a video package, see, that's the thing. If I was Phillies front office, it doesn't have to be a live event like the great homophobic slur or apology. You could just recap some tragedies like the 9/11 ones. Like 10 minutes after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Okay, I mean, how many crossover fans were there of the Oscars and the Phillies game? And they didn't break into the baseball game to tell you Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Dwayne Haskins' death. All right, that's something. I'll give him credit for that. Another Memorial Day tribute package. Just let's get more packages. Let's get all the tragedies. I can sponsor this. And now we're on to something. Celebrity deaths, that's fine. The hour after the Queen Elizabeth death was announced. Vince Scully death announcement. The assassination attempt on Trump. It happened there. And then yesterday, it was when Biden withdrew from the race. More breaking. But we could do the packages. That's what I'm all about, that. Because I already have a segment, especially when I do remote, the Zesty News, where I do the John Tesh song, but, perky news, where I say, Degenerates, it saddens me to say that Donald Trump was shot today during his speech. And But it only grazed his ear, and now he's coming out with a Mike Lindell My Pillow ear bandage for Halloween costumes. It's the good news, bad news of every tragedy, you know? Tsunami takes out 80,000 Japanese citizens, but it's put an end to the Gilbert Gottfried Aflac commercials. So if I'm Philadelphia, I'm putting the package together. Who could forget? Every time that should be Castellanos' walk-up music. Forget Jay-Z or Start Me Up or whatever your walk-up song is, and you get to play your own walk-up song in baseball. Castellanos should just have a montage of some kind of world tragedy, be it a natural disaster, a 9/11, a tornado, a tsunami, Sure, it'll bum out the entire the crowd and the fans and the players on both teams, but it ups the odds of Nick hitting a home run. And what are we doing here? We got to do it for the team. Just showing genocides and just pictures of, the Buddhist monk lighting himself on fire and war, and just show the war in Gaza, just bodies and children being bombed. Speaking of bombs, Castellanos deep to left center. Home run. The Phillies beat Minnesota on a absolute Bombenheimer of a shot where we took out Japan. Home run. Anyway, just a thought, Philadelphia, if you want to really help us degenerates out and give us a heads up when we're going to play some tragedies here. Let's ride this trend. That's what I've learned in gambling and anything. And there's a trend, something, superstitious, especially in baseball. You lean into it. You don't run away from it. You up the ante a little more. Tragedy happens and Nick Castellanos hits a home run. Well, then make sure tragedies keep happening. I'm not saying to create new ones, but if the video montages work, do the montages. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to do it. One of those inside job president assassinations. Trump's got 2 ears, is what I'm trying to say. Just a joke. Speaking of which, I love what people obviously people are going to have a conspiracy theory about the Trump shooting and say it's staged. But I love their side and his fans defending, for all the idiots that think it's a fucking conspiracy, here's this. Okay. All of a sudden, you guys are against conspiracy theories? You guys invented this shit. Now you're calling people idiots? All right. You thought kids were being raped with pizza or something, whatever the fuck it was. Anyway, point is, we're taking these Phillies minus 108. We're taking Colorado plus 154 and Dodgers minus 123. And I think we just solved something with Nick Castellanos and walk-up music. We just changed walk-up music forever. Well, at least for Nick. I'm all for it. Do I play that Brennaman? And I welcome Brennaman back. My God. Does he deserve a second? Yes, he deserves a second chance. Hey, slip the F word on a hot mic, whatever. Talking about if you can't make a San Francisco gay joke in a baseball booth, then what kind of country are we getting into? Anyway, let me tell you about rhythm. This is where the execs at Rhythm say, do not segue whatever the hell you're talking about into our company, please. Too late, Rhythm, because the Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you on props. Pop, 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 pop. If you're not checking out the AI picks and props from Rhythm, you're missing out. They dominated the British Open and their college football products about to drop. You can even customize your own betting models easily using Rhythm tools. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamingpodcast.com/Rhythm. That's sportsgamingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Oh, don't forget about the Circa Survivor. I got to tell you about that as well. Do I have a Circa? I think I have a Circa. I might have a Circa contest. Let me see if I do. I'll put this up there for it. Here you go. Yeah, it's kind of a Circa thing. Circa Sports is back with Circa Survivor and Circa Millions, giving away $16 million in guaranteed prizes. Imagine the regret you'll feel if you win your office Survivor pool, but you didn't enter the Circa Survivor. Imagine that. And, of course, Circa contests have no rake, so don't have a trip booked for Las Vegas yet before football. That's all right. The Ultimate Contest Weekend is a great time to go out, hang with Ryan and Sean, enjoy some of the open bar events at the greatest sports book in the world, August 22nd through August 24th. And a little side note, C-Generates, the Man in the Box might be out there that weekend as well. So sign up in person at Circa Sports between now and September 7th. Use a proxy to play from anywhere. We even have a deal with footballcontestproxy.com to save you $50 with promo code SGP. And we're back on the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm your host, CJ Sullivan, the laddie daddly. Sweet swinging CJ Sullivan, says Ronnie Pasco, D-Jenner, Bottom Line Bomber, the man in the batter's box. I kind of like the Bombino, to be honest with you. And last I checked, it's my show. Just kidding. I'm a democracy. I'll take no Project 25 going on in this. I take in all votes and I consider them all. So the polls are still open on that. What was I saying there? The Circa contest. Yeah, that's the road to 10 million. That's what that's all about. So go ahead and join that Circa. I can't wait. Can't wait for that. Like I said, we'll get into the NFL coming up in the next couple episodes. Speaking of which, thank you for watching on YouTube. Before I get into one last baseball play and get into the box, make sure you hit that thumbs up there to like the button. Subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs YouTube page. I put out another video today. I know I had the road to 10 million before, which is a nice series. That'll be picked up. That's certainly not over with because that's still got a ticket ready to cash and keep that road going. But right now, just hit the rest stop for a little bit. It's on pause, as the kids say. And I got on another road. I'm doing nothing but car videos now. I got a 3-parter coming out today. I put out part 1 called CJ and Nick Get a Waymo. We get way more than we bargained for. Waymo, if you don't know what it is, and I didn't know either until someone told me about it, it's a driverless Uber, basically, driverless rideshare. Taxi, if you will. But it's driverless, one of those things. And we got in it, we did some bits, and anyway, it'll be fun. Part 1 came out today. Part 2 tomorrow takes a little turn, and part 3 is pretty good too. Nothing too long. It's like a 1.5 minute videos, but you can't even put out a 5-minute video or people go crazy. Too long. What's this? It's got to be it's either got to be a minute, 1.5 minutes, or 7 hours. Nothing in between. When it's over 1.5 minutes, people are like, get this the fuck off. I am falling asleep. I need 7 different things to look at. But if it's 7 hours, sometimes they'll watch. Like that girl who reviewed like the Disney hotel. It was like an 8-hour video, and it worked somehow. I don't understand. I don't understand what these kids do. Point is, you hit a thumbs up on this and like the button, check it out. Some funny stuff on there. And of course, you follow me on Instagram at CJ Sullivan was taken, at CJ_Sullivan_was_taken. Not like Liam Neeson, as in the name was taken. So I just used that because I'm very clever. On X at CJ Sullivan_, soon to be premium, so I could broadcast there because Elon wants money, and I'm going to put the tab on SGPN, but I might have to do it. As much as I don't want to do it, I might have to do it. And if people make fun of me for it, I don't care. It's fucking Twitter. Who gives a shit? All right. One more baseball bomb for you. I gave you 3. One for tomorrow, just in case Tuesday. If you're listening, this is for my Tuesday listeners and Wednesday listeners, because I know some people don't get to listen live, and that's all right. I love all of you fans anyway. Make sure you subscribe wherever pods are told to the Bottom Line Bombs. Tomorrow, I'm just going to do it with 2 aces. I'm going to parlay, and that's how I usually play baseball. Baseball, I usually play nice-sized dogs or mid-sized dogs, or I'll parlay 2 favorites. I don't like lane juice with baseball because anyone can win or lose. But let's just go with two great pitchers. We got Paul Skeens, the Phenom Pirate rookie, at home, -170 versus Lance Lynn, one of the absolute long ball Lynn. One of the pitchers I love the fade. So we'll parlay him with Gilbert for the DJ Ronnie Pasco's Mariners. Gilbert's coming into form. All their pitching's always been good, but they're always coming into form. And they're going against the Angels, who are an absolute debacle. The Angels are just hurt. Cease and desist, Anaheim Angels. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. Not to pull a Mad Dog Russo. Enough's enough. So -175 Gilbert, Seattle. Paul Skeens, Pirates, -170. Parlay them together. That's plus 150. Not too shabby for two of the best pitchers in baseball going against two bums. Let me bomb that one. That's just a little Olympic Village bombing for that one. That's my Tuesday baseball play. So that's 4 baseball plays for you. Plus a little ladder of Trey Turner to hit 2 home runs. Nick Castellanos if there's a tragedy. All right. Now let's get to the box. Yes, welcome to the box. I'm your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. Thank you, of course, everyone who joined on the show. Make sure you stay tuned to the C Block. I'm doing the Iowa State team preview. Go Cyclones with Picks Dundee after this. Lacrosse show with Sean and Ryan. I believe we're doing Wednesday. They're in Vegas this week. That's why I'm also doing this remotely from Hollywood right now, not in the studio. They are in Vegas all week long doing the morning show, Follow the Money on VSiN with Paul. Usually it's Mitch and Paulie. They're on vacation, and these guys are filling. Sean and Ryan are filling in for them, so that's great. I'm sure I'll do a segment for them. Can't wait. They record like 4 to 7 live Pacific time, AM, 4 to 7 AM. I mean, dear Lord, that's Teamster, Howard Stern kind of woo. So I'll probably be doing. I said I'll do a segment for him, but just one. That is not going to be a daily thing. Pick a day and I'll do a segment, but that's it, just one, because then I go right back to bed. Anyway. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get out to the box. This is where I vent a little bit about non-sports related things. Sometimes sports just dives into it. But this is where I do my old man thing. Like I said, I got out there. I got out in the wild last weekend. I had a show in Santa Monica Friday night at the West Side Comedy Theater. Shout out to them. Fun show. Like I said, I went to a party on Saturday night. People were coming in from out of town that I get to see. So we went out. Afterwards, went to a bar in Santa Monica. The old King's Head. It's a British bar. It was funny. It was funny seeing, I was with 2 girls, right? So it was me and 2 girls, women. 2 adult women, ladies. I'm telling you, Jenner, they were adult women, and I was with them. So it was me and 2 adult ladies at this bar, and it was so funny seeing men not knowing how to talk to women anymore because of the apps and shit like that. Because if you're not doing it on apps, people just forget how to talk in real life. Period. And then you see these guys just going around head down, like bumping in, and just start staring. They just start staring at women, like they're staring at a profile picture, like they're looking at a phone, like they're literally going to put their finger on their face and swipe them to the right. That's right, no giddy. Speech Lamada. 2 women, no giddy. They were not girls. Enrique, yes, I do like Trey for 2 bombs today, 16-1. That's my ladder, by the way. And one guy just comes up to me. So I was sitting at the bar. The other girl's sitting next to me, and one girl's standing behind me. She wanted to stand. Normally, I'm a gentleman, see, Jenner. I'd be like, here, take the seat. She had the seat for a while. I took it when she went to the bathroom. She's like, no, I want to stand for a little bit. All right. I respected her wishes. Next thing you know, this guy comes up, and he's just like swaying back and forth, staring at her. She's like, can I help you? Whatever. And then he just holds up 3 darts, like they're an emoji. Like that, like he was texting the dart emoji, meaning, do you want to play darts? He's like, darts. She's like, yeah, okay. Do you want to, do you good at darts? I don't know. Do you want to play darts? No, it's okay. And then he just holds the darts down and just keeps staring. Okay, well, that's all I had. That was the move I had. And me and the other woman, I'm sorry, no giddy. We knew this was happening. We were kind of laughing, like, hey, she's a big girl. She can handle this. Let's see. If there's trouble, I'll get in there. But if there wasn't, I want to see. I for selfish reasons, because she's like, here, get me out of this. Like, no, for selfish reasons, I want to see how bad this gets. How awkward this guy is. Because and another guy. So then I did get her out of there. So then I'm talking to her, and then the other lady I was sitting next to, a guy saddles up next to her at the bar. You got to watch these vultures. He doesn't. They don't say anything. They just stand next to you. To the women, I should say. They don't know. Not next to me. They stand next to these women, and they're just like, "Are you gonna fuck?" And like they're near her drink. This girl had 3 drinks on her, because she, she's part of this degenerate crew. And like as an experiment, he's like, I wonder if he wants to try to roof here. So she started as a joke, like sliding her drink towards him, and he would slide it back. But and he's just like, oh, staring away. And then as soon as you make eye contact, they scurry like fucking raccoons. Like just no one knows how to talk to anyone without a phone, without an app and a phone. And in the guy's defense, girls are definitely put offish when someone tries to talk to them in real life, unless they really like you. They're like, what the fuck are you talking to me in person for? You go on the other end of the bar and you find me on your phone like some normal person. Anyway, so that was fun. So that was night 1 of the weekend, the show, and then bar with the 2 ladies and just watching men stumble over each other, and we had a good time. So that was out late. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna catch up to me. Then the next day, after doing golf in Roosevelt Golf Club Skins game, did not do well. The sun beat me down. Then I went to a party, this big middle-aged party, what these ladies were flying in for. It was a nice party. It was fun, but a lot of middle-aged older people. That's when I realized that everyone is old. Outside where people smoke, the people are talking, like, I'm going to head back in. The guy's like, hey, I have to talk to you about your knee later. I overheard that. That's not something I ever overheard at a parties in my 20s was, hey, remind me to talk to you about your knee, because I also had the same knee surgery you had. And, well, I have some exciting positive news about what's in your future for your knee. Just noticing things like that, you know what I mean? There were drugs, but they were very open. But they're more open about it, and they're more like it's just a wealthier brand of drugs. And then people's kids are there in full on outfits, and I mean, my God, I'm not a dad, although I do not play one on TV. What do they say? It's identify as a dad bod. But the daughters go around like they're 18, whatever, and they have their high school kids, and you notice the difference real quick between maturity of girls and boys. Speaking of Giddy, I can see what Giddy's doing down there. Jeez Louise. But there's laws for a reason, Giddy. My God. Keep them out of the adult party. Anyway, point is, the party was great. There was bands and whatnot. There was even a good old-fashioned noise complaint. And it wouldn't be an LA party if a homeless person didn't just walk on in, which they did, even in a nice neighborhood like Marina del Rey. But here's something I learned, C-Generates. And I picked it up, and I'm going to start implementing this. Now, we all know the Irish goodbye, which I also found out is called something different in different parts of the world. Like it's called a Polish goodbye or Scottish goodbye or French goodbye, whatever country you don't like. But Irish goodbye, we've all settled on because it's more fun. That we embrace that in our personality, that we don't care what people think, and we're kind of like not rude, but like whatever. It's all bullshit, So the Irish goodbye is a given. It's fine. We like the Irish goodbye. So what I'm going to start doing, and what someone did, which I think was genius, you say goodbye right up top. As soon as you get to the party, you introduce yourself with a goodbye. That way you get it out of the way. It's kind of like that hack when they say you kiss on the beginning of the date, so you get the awkward part out of the way. You know, I don't know if people do it, but I've heard about it on a show or something. But here you say, "Hey, I'm CJ. Nice to meet you, and goodbye. It was a great time. Nice party. Thanks for having me." What? You're going? No, I'm not going, but I will be going eventually, and I don't plan on seeing you when I do that. You know, you get it out of the way, you lock it in there. That way it's not quite a goodbye. Did CJ leave? Did he say, well, he said goodbye, but that was hours ago. Then he was just in the party. It was weird. And then when you do that, you're actually extending your stay, maybe, and you're kind of wearing out your welcome, which I'm fine with. That was another thing. So then the party, my God, with these two women. I was like, yeah, I'll give them a ride back to the hotel. They're friendly, and they're drinking. And I stopped drinking. When he stopped drinking, that's one thing you change. You know when to leave parties when you stop drinking. When you're drinking, I would always, get kicked out at the end, whatever. I never know when it's time to leave. I know when it's appropriate. But here, when I'm sober, you kind of know. You kind of get the pick, like, okay, they've been cleaning for a while. They got open trash bags out. It's time for us to go. But with Lady Lush that was driving to the hotel, I had to wait for them to go. And next thing you know, we were the last ones to leave. So that next thing you know, it was out till 3:00. So the point is, I'm on fumes here. But I did patent the Irish Goodbye introduction. So you intro with the Irish Goodbye. I loved hearing, let me talk to you about your knee. I also heard, keep your teenage daughters out of our parties, or at least put name tags on them. Do not talk to me until they should have an 18th birthday countdown or something, whatever, what it is. Not even 18. They say 18 for the laws, but I mean, socially, it can't be till you're 25. Can't be till Bill Belichick's era. That is kind of crazy, though. Giddy pedophile, because he hooked up with a 17-year-old. Belichick, high five hero with a 23-year-old. And I'm here to tell you, folks, I saw them in the wild. They're the same. They look like fucking adult women models. Meanwhile, the boys in high school, you see their prom pictures, they look like these fucking rats, these enclaved fucking immature. You can tell the difference of maturity, physically at least. All right, this is getting bad. This is getting worse than my ad reads. I mean, someone needs to stop me. That's the problem. When you're in the box, nothing to stop me. I'll tell you what'll stop me. All right, let me get out. Let me get real old man. That was middle-aged man speaking as old man. Now I'm going to definitely identify as an old man. Here's a story I didn't get to last week that I wanted to. And I need to get out of this creepy pedo turn that I've got myself into here. Nothing sexual about this subject. The price of stamps. What the hell's going on out there at the price of stamps, degenerates? If gun to your head, without looking it up, if I had to put a gun to your head, and I would definitely put it. That's how I ask all my questions. A gun to your head. I'm not saying it's loaded, but I just like putting your fear in you. Gun to your head, how much you think a stamp costs? It went up 5 cents again. Second time in a year, by the way. It's lawless now with these stamps. If someone put a gun to my head, I would have said, I don't know, 50 cents tops, for the wrapper. Growing up, it was always 22. That was what I always remember. I always remember 22 cents. And then once it got around 25 and 29, I was pushing it. And then you just lose track. 35, whatever. 49, I kind of remember. A stamp today costs $8.45. Can you believe it? No, it doesn't cost that. But it costs 73 cents. 73 cents for a stamp. Are you fucking crazy? But that's why we go paperless. And I only know because an article came out, but Nate Bargatze has a great joke about that. Like, no one knows what a price of stamp costs. Yeah, well, you just have to ask an old person and just hope they know, The hilarious Nate Bargatze. But that's outrageous. 73 cents is outrageous. It really is. I mean, this is as old man as it gets. And not that I write it. And during COVID, I started, I should pick that back up, but now I can't afford it. I used to write letters. Me and my buddy Mike Olson, we were like pen pal. We'd send fun stuff to each other. During COVID, we had to really make some things. But, it was an old fashioned getting a letter in the mail. It's fun. Now, man, I go fucking weeks without checking my mail. I don't want anything that's in my mail. It's nothing but bad news. Nothing good that comes in the mail. And if it is, it tries to fool you. Like some restaurant, like, hey, CJ, we've been thinking about you. Like in crayon. Like, oh, what, did someone write me in crayon? Nope, it's a company. Feach says in his country, stamps cost 2 to 5 euros. That is criminal. That is absolutely criminal. But I think they just keep rising these prices of stamps because first of all, no one knows it's happening. And by the time it does, by the time you do know, it's too late. And you have no one to complain to. Who do we complain to? How do we stop it? How do we start it? Was there a vote on this? Only old people know. They have our fate in our hands. So now we're stuck with emails forever. Because who can afford? What's going? I mean, seriously, who is allocating the funds down there to postal office? This postmaster. Where their only answer to needing more money is just raise the price of stamp. I don't know. Raise the price of stamp. We just did it. We just did it 4 months ago. Raise it again. No one even knew. No respect for the stamp community, for the stamp letter writing community. It's like cigarettes. Anytime a city needs money, raise the taxes on cigarettes. Fuck them. What are they going to do? Complain? They're going to cough. Drinking a cigarette, they call it the sin tax. There's just nothing we can do. We flip the bill for everybody. Not that I smoke anymore or drink, but I used to, and I used to get very fired up about it. I still fired up for the community. I still feel part of the community because I was part of that life. That's what I did miss about smoking, and I said this before, at that party, which I was at, and people smoking out front. That's what I miss about smoking cigarettes, is being able to walk away at a party anytime you want and just get a break out front. You can't just be like, okay, yeah, no, tell me more about your podcast, but hold on, I'm gonna go outside and walk away from you. I know it's raining. I don't care. You can't do that with gum. They follow you. So I'll just go out and I'll be with the cigarette smokers. Just like, I just want to fucking not think for 5 minutes. I'll take the cancer. And people bum. I didn't bum. Because back in my day, I hated people who would bum. I don't mind if smokers bum from me if they have a lighter. That was my rule. I'll give you a cigarette if you have a lighter. Because that means you're just out of cigarettes and you're a smoker. You're committed. You're invested. But if you need the whole package, that means you're not about this life. So I don't want to hear it. Ronnie Pasco, what's the deal with these stamps? Seinfeld voice. It's not even Seinfeld. It's I'm Andy Rooney voice. That's I'm on. What? Have you seen the price of stamps recently? That's what I'm more Rooney than I am Seinfeld. Two of my Andy Rooneyest old man rants on this career my man in the box has been about the price of stamps, outrageous, and the price of grapes, also ridiculous. And I don't even mean that grapes are expensive. I mean, I don't know what the price of grapes are. They're either expensive one day or they're cheap as can be the next, but they're never consistent. Just tell me what they are, grapes, and I'll pay it. Like sometimes you'll see them for like $12 for like a strand of like this beautiful Adam and Eve grapes, and the other times you'll see for like $2 for a fucking bushel that fell off a truck, soaking wet. Like what's going on, grapes? What are you doing here? Just tell us what you are. I'll pay for the grapes. Just tell me what you are. Let's make this even. Anyway, now I'm really ranting. Well, at least I got off the pedo stuff and I started talking about stamps and grapes, huh? That's going to do it for today's show. I think that was a full show. Thank you for everybody who tuned in here. Featured Lamani Channing Brown, Ronnie Pasco, JC from KC, Serial. Don't forget Anthony Marte, Steve Eldridge, everybody. Chat room was lit today. You really helped me through. Don't forget baseball nicknames for your C Jenner. We got a lot of contenders. I like the Bombino. I'm gonna say that's my vote, but I'm not the one who's ruling. We're gonna take them all in. A lot of great ones in there if you want. Anyway, I'll be back on Thursday for another Bottom Line Bombs. Thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget C Block. I will be doing a Iowa State Cyclone preview today with Books Dundee in about a half an hour, and of course live with Sean and Ryan this week on VSiN in the morning. I'll be doing a segment in PLL show on Wednesday. The whole thing. The great Bombino. That's correct. That might have to be it. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Yeah, follow me around. YouTube page. Check out my Waymo video and my shows and my... that's enough plugging. I'll see you guys.